morning, and it's truly a good morning. See where we are. We are in the territory of the Comune di Montalcino in the province of Siena, and we are in the beautiful valley with the Abbey of Sant'Antimo that was built by the Benedictine monks in the Middle Ages. You see, its beauty is stunning. I'm Julia for Siena Info and Tours and Place2B Siena. We are here to show you a beautiful landscape and a beautiful structure inside this landscape. So let's go up in the sky with help of a drone. We will see the Starcia Valley. The Starcia is a river. We are inside the valley in the territory of the Val d'Orcia. Let's see this beauty. Here we are. With the help of the drone we can admire this beautiful structure from above, and also the valley where we are, the valley of the river Starcia that goes to the Ombrone River, a bigger one that just beyond the trees. And you can see here a lot of cultivation of olive trees and most of all grapes, because we are in the territory of the city of Montalcino that is mostly dedicated to the cultivation of the grapes for the Brunello di Montalcino, the so famous red wine, Tuscan red wine, and so expensive too. So it's a hilly territory, so depending on the insulation of the valley or of the hills, and they are near to the city or near to the sea, because beyond this crest there's the Mount Amiata and the way to Grosseto, so to the Tyrrhenian Sea. The wine changes in its color and its flavor and in its odor, and the taste that you can have is delicious and can explain more than words the differences between the different wines produced here. But talking about the Abbey itself, you can see there's the tower bell, and it's typically Lombard construction. So the legend, the tradition that says that this Abbey was founded by Charlemagne maybe is real. As usual, the legends has always a deep base of reality on them. And you can see on the left there are some buildings. You can go there, and we can see later from we can go near by person in the video. And the Abbey is now maintained by the Olivetans of Monte Oliveto Maggiore, that you will know by the video of my colleague Fiorenza, realized last week. They are just providing the Saint Mass inside, and it's very beautiful because they also had some Gregorian choir, so it's really magical. I think this abbey, like the Abbey of San Galgano and the Monte Oliveto Maggiore one, are the most mystical places in the territory of the province of Siena. So I strictly recommend you to come and see it with your own eyes. You see, the abbey is very high and has a special kind of altar with these three different little chapels all around. This is the deambulatory. It's typical of the Lombard architectures. It's not usual here in Tuscany, and it's typical also of the way of pilgrimage, because the pilgrims arrived here and had a sort of purification passing by the different altars with the different relics. High above in this hill you can see Castel Nuovo dell'Abate, that is a village connected with Montalcino, and is a nomen omen, we say in Latin, so there's a name that reveals the origin, because Castel Nuovo dell'Abate can be translated with the new castle of the abbot. this abbey was so powerful that includes a lot of territories, different villages and churches. Castel dell'Abate was one of them, and also Montalcino, that's not so near because it's just 10 kilometers of bands along the street, far from here, was part of the territory of the territory connected with the abbey. And so you can imagine during the centuries the new Republic of Siena wanted to conquer these different sites of the Val d'Orcia, and the abbey started to go in decline. We're talking about the early 1300s. So let's go near and see this magnificent architecture that we can see here from above, thanks to the drone, because it's I think a beautiful architecture in a beautiful landscape. And here in this sunny, windy day, it's fantastic to be here. Here we are. Let's go back on Earth and see this abbey from near. So let's go and see this stunning beauty that, as I told you, legend says, tradition says it was built after Charlemagne. So Charlemagne going to Rome, or for some documents coming back from Rome, stopped here with his army, and there was a plague in this valley. So to save himself and his soldiers, he started to use an herbal tea made with tarragon, and the name of this herb now is Carolingian herb. So using tarragon, he was able to save himself and the soldiers that were with him. We know for sure that in this site there was a Roman villa, and we know also because we have one document, a sculpted document. See, up in the wall we have this bas relief, high relief, we have to say, with the Roman genius that was saved from destruction, because in the late Middle Ages the abbey fell in decline, and so it was almost destroyed. It's been restored in the late 19th century, but we have some documents also of the first church, the church built after Charlemagne in the 8th century, more or less, 8th, 9th century. We have these decorations all around this lateral entrance. The decorations have some animals. You see these animals just biting these knots, and also flowers and other animals. They are very symbolic, and it's very difficult to understand why are they here or what this is their meaning, but surely they remind us to Lombard and Carolingian culture. But this structure is newer, so it's been realized in the 11th in 12th century by the Benedictine monks. They wanted a bigger church because a lot of pilgrims came here. So let's go see the main entrance, and the portal has been restored by a Sienese architect in the late 19th century. Partini was his name, who, we have to say, invented a new Middle Age, so it's not philological reconstruction. So this protrude room is not original, but these columns are. And so you see the capitals with these fantastic beasts, so a panther with one head and two bodies. These are the symbols probably of the evil. They have to stop. They can't go inside the church because the church is a sacred territory. So they have to stop here. Or on the contrary, they can be the beast. They could guard the entrance, and they can protect the worshippers. These are just different kind of explanations of them. In the architrave here, there's a Latin phrase with the name probably of the abbot. There was also the architect of the new church. His name was Azzo. Now we go inside. It's very shady and fresh inside. you see we have a big church with 3 naves, and it's very simple. It's not decorated. We have some rest of frescoes, so you will see turning around the churches, but the mostly decorated parts are the capitals of the columns here, and the most famous, the most important in history of art is this one, because this capital has been realized from the Cabestany master. There was a sculptor that traveled all around Europe from the northern part of France. He came here and worked here in Sant'Antimo and also in Prato. So he moved as the work came by, that's it. The architecture is very mystical. The colors are fantastic, especially in the sunlight. It's been realized in sandstone, and in some parts are in onyx. So we will see a lot of different stones used to build this church. We go all around like the pilgrims used to do, because they came here and they used to walk on the right, going on the top. So from the entrance to the altar, you see this beautiful Virgin Mary with the child in a painted wood. Has been restored 3 years ago, and it's one of the most ancient sculptures here in the territory of Siena, with the crucifix on the altar. These are 2 testimonies of the early Middle Ages art here in Sant'Antimo. We're entering the most ancient part of the church. You see it's just changing also the pavement. Here we have the entrance of the crypt, and I'll be very glad to show you the crypt when we will come here together for a special visit to the Sant'Antimo Abbey by person. We have a lot of secrets to be discovered more. This is the cross with a wooden Christ, a painted wooden Christ. It's dated to the middle of the 1200s. The cross itself is new, but the Jesus Christ is very old. And we have these little chapels all around. You see, all the capitals are different. And here we have not sandstone anymore, but onyx on the columns. So alabastrian onyx with these different colors. They are very precious. So the pilgrim used to walk all around the main altar, purifying himself in this walk, praying in front of the relics or the altar pieces showing some saints of the Virgin Mary or Jesus Christ, purifying all around his trip, his walk, all the city, and getting out from the left. There was unusual structure for the churches along the pilgrimage road, but most of all in the northern part of Italy. Here in Siena is very uncommon. We have here a testimony in Sant'Antimo and another one in Pienza, in the cathedral built by Pius II. Pius II was the one who consecrated this abbey when it was in full decadence in the middle of the 1400s. There's a part of the church left for the worshippers here, so we can go in. And we're getting outside, but before I want to show you also this coat of arms high on top of the Tolomei family, Sienese family, that maybe had a member of the family here as an abbot or gave a big donation to the abbey, and he was allowed to put their coat of arms here inside the church. We get out and we go see now the cloister that's been reconstructed by Partini again. And in the cloister, now the monks, the Levitan monks, have been reopened, a pharmacy. So you see, in all the abbeys and monasteries, the monks and the friars used to prepare some herbal tea or honey or jams or maybe some candies with some herbals in the vegetable gardens. And here the monks are doing the same, so you can buy, if you want, a special liquor made with the tarragon, so the Carolingian herb, so famous from the Charlemagne time, to help you digest. That's it. So see, it's beautiful. We have some decorations again here in the pillars, some beasts and some knots, even here in these little pillars. And this was once part of the abbey, but it was bigger than that. There's a part of the abbey that now can host some pilgrims as well, even now, up in Castel Nuovo dell'Abate, in the village. So if you want to walk here and come here by foot, you can have a rest and be hosted in the special hostel that have been reopened in 3 years ago, more or less. You see also this portal is decorated with these fantastic and symbolic beasts, but as I told you, there's a lot of secrets, a lot of history to be told about this abbey, so I'm waiting you here by person. And that's all for now. Here's Giulia for Place2B Siena and Siena Info and Tours. See you next time. Bye, have a nice day.